So, a very good morning to one and all. So, from the previous lectures, we have discussed about different types of the probes which are used for CRO, and the attenuator circuits are used for the CRO. Okay, and today's class we will see about the standard specifications of single beam CRO. Standard specifications of single beam CRO. So, if you consider the CRO of maximum any type of the CRO, the basic controllers or basic limitations or basic front panel controls are should be same. That is vertical amplifier section and horizontal amplifier section and also time based section. So in these sections, the most of the um, features are same for the any type of the CRO. Okay. Uh, so coming to vertical amplifier section. So in this we have sensitivity. So the sensitivity is 5 millivolts per division to 20 volts per division. So on the vertical axis of the CRO, we can measure the voltage from 5 millivolts to 20 volts per division. So for a given display, so there are divisions will be there. So for a given division, so we can measure up to 5 millivolts per division. Okay, 5 millivolts we can measure, and that is the minimum value. And from the maximum value we can measure is 20 volts. So up to 20 volts per division we can measure. So suppose we have 5 divisions. Suppose we have 5 divisions. So each division is 20 volts. 5 into 2, 100 volts. So on the vertically we can measure up to 100 volts total voltage we can measure. Okay, so that is that is provided by 12 calibrated steps in a 1 to 5 sequence. So we can adjust or we can measure the input voltage by 12 calibrated steps. So there are 12 steps we are there. So in such steps we can measure the value. Okay. So how we can measure that value, I will explain in the next slides. Okay. So the next one is accuracy. So on the vertical axis, um, we can uh, we can measure the value with plus or minus 3%. So that is 3% means 0.03 value variations plus or minus. Okay. So the obtained value is a small accuracy of the 0.03 value. Suppose 10 volts is there. So the 10 volts we are measured from the CRO we measured, that is 10 volts. For that the accuracy is we have to add plus or minus 0.03. Okay, 10 plus or minus 0.03 value. Okay. So similarly the bandwidth. So the bandwidth we can measure is DC to 20 megahertz for DC coupling, and for AC coupling it is 0.5 hertz to 20 megahertz. Okay. And it is having rise time, so better than 80 nanoseconds. Rise time is 80 nanoseconds, and the input impedance is 1 mega ohm and 40 picofarads. So input impedance of this CRO is a 1 mega ohm input impedance, and it is having a capacitance of 40 picofarads. Maximum input voltage is 400 volts we can measure. That is DC plus AC peak to peak. DC plus AC peak to peak. AC peak value, that is 400 volts. And signal delay. So built-in delay line sufficient to display leading edge of the waveform. So in the vertical section we have a delay section is there. So the delay line is sufficient to display the leading edge of the waveform. And coming to time base. So time base section. So we have a sweep generator. So here we have sweep ranges. So time-based generator is used for display the horizontal axis. So to measure the time period and frequency of the obtained signal, we can use this time-based generator. Okay, and that will be represented in the form of zero point 0.1 microseconds per division to 0.5 seconds per division in 21 calibrated steps. So we can adjust this time I mean per division. So we can adjust it in 21 divisions, 21 steps. Okay, so that is also I will show in the next slide. Okay, and so and the accuracy on the x-axis plus or minus 5%. Accuracy on x-axis plus or minus 5%. Suppose we are measuring a time period. So from time period, so that is obtained as a um, 2 seconds, and for that 2 seconds the accuracy is 2 seconds plus or minus 0.05. Okay, and magnification, so that is 5 times, takes the highest speed to 20 nanoseconds per division. So this is magnification is, so for a given part of the, suppose we are displaying a signal. Okay, so for that signal we have to identify a part of that signal, and that particular part only displayed. Okay, so some part of the signal will be should be displayed, so that will be helps as a magnification. Suppose here we have a waveform there. So I want to observe this particular part of the waveform. This particular part of the waveform only I want to observe. So this particular part of the waveform will be observed as a magnification. So this particular part will be displayed as a the increased visibility. It will be observed as an increased visibility. A separate display will be obtained up to this particular desired portion. Okay, a small portion can be magnified, so that is nothing but the magnification. Okay, and that will be also have provision to observe the particular part of the waveform. Okay, uh, so like this we can have specifications regarding the horizontal axis by using time-based generator, and it is having a triggering. So there are triggering modes are there. So that is auto mode. So in auto mode, so we have pre-running in the absence of trigger signal, triggers to the input signal automatically. Pre-running in the absence of a trigger signal. Okay, and triggers to the input signal automatically. And level is continuously adjustable on the positive and negative going slopes to trigger signal. Level adjustable over 8 divisions. And source is internal and external line. So the different sources are there, that is internal, external and line sources. So trigger, we have 3 options. So line is we will apply some external by using external transformer. So from that we can apply the signal, and for the internal it is the connected to the vertical amplifier section. From the vertical amplifier section we will connect it, and polarity positive and negative. Okay? And maximum trigger input we can apply this 250 volts DC plus AC peak short term, and the input impedance is 1 mega ohm and 30 picofarads. Internal trigger level is 3 divisions from 2 hertz to 20 megahertz. Okay, these are. And coming to horizontal amplifier, so it is bandwidth is DC to 20 megahertz, and the sensitivity is 100 millivolts to 100 millivolts and 0.5 volts per division. and for the horizontal section we have a input impedance of 1 mega ohms and 50 picofarads, and the maximum input voltage is 250 volts, and we have calibration option is there. So that is 200 millivolts peak to peak square wave at 1 kilohertz. So for calibration of the signal, so we have to source is there. So 200 millivolts peak to peak source square wave is there. So with the 1 kilohertz frequency, and cathode ray tube is a flat faced medium persistence, and accelerating potential is 4.5 kilovolts, and the graticule is 8 into 10 degrees of 8 mm each. Power requirements is 230 volts AC, 50 hertz and 50 watts. And dimensions are 220, 275, 430 mm, and weight is 10 kgs. And optional accessories is that is a probe by 1, and oscilloscope trolley, and 10 by 1 probe. So this is 1 by 1 probe, and this is the 10 by 1 probe. Okay. So this is the CRO front panel. So we have, there are number of controls are there. So knobs are there. So with these knobs we can adjust the applied signal. Okay, and according to that we can measure. So if you observe, here we have a on off switch. Here we have a on off switch. So with this on off switch we can make the CRO on and off. On and off. Okay, and this is the intensity adjustment and focus adjustments. So intensity and focus adjustments is done by these knobs. And here we have calibration. So calibration voltage is there. So with this voltage directly we can connect to the input, we can obtain this square wave. So in the previous we have a source of the square wave signal. So suppose we don't know whether the, first of all, the CRO is generating the proper voltage or not. So for that purpose we have to check the applied input voltage is generating the proper voltage or not. So here we have a calibration option. So here there is a provision is there. So by using the CRO probes, we will connect this one. Okay, these are the so these are, we have probes, and those probes are connected here. Okay, one side of the probe is connected to here, and the other side of the probe is connected to calibrated position here. So by that the source of the signal is applied as input here, and that signal is displayed on the CRT screen, so oscilloscope screen. So here we can measure the obtained voltage. So on the vertical axis we can measure the voltage, and on the x-axis or horizontal axis we can measure the time period. Okay, so to adjust the voltage level, suppose the obtained, the displayed signal is having low amplitude, so we are unable to measure the this particular value. So then we can adjust this volts per division. This corresponds to population and statistical data. Okay, so to measure the voltage across the y-axis, so we can adjust the peak value of the voltage. Okay, so that is done by using volts per division. So this is a here we can adjust the. We often use statistics to
estimate a parameter. That means when the population is large, we want to estimate the
by adjusting these walls for division. So here this is the sensitivity. So for a given, so here this is the division. So this is one division. Okay, in this one division we can measure how many. So within this particular division, so up to where this particular waveform is reached. Suppose here this is one division, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1 and up to here. Here we have again 5 subdivisions are there. So 0.2, 0.4, 0.6, 0.8, 1. So suppose this is a 0.4 is in that. So then it becomes as 1.4. 1.4 and it is placed at, suppose this is that this is 0.1, 2, 3 and maybe 0.5. Okay. So this is 1.5 into the number of divisions are 1.5. Sorry, the number of divisions are 1.4 into the volts selector switch is present at the 0.5. So 1.4 into 1.5. So that gives the voltage on the vertical axis. Similarly, to measure the period on the time period of the signal, so we will measure the number of divisions on the horizontal axis. So for this peak to peak, we have to measure. So period, how we can measure period? So from here to here. So this much, this is the time period. Okay. So this time period is measured by counting the number of divisions here. So number of divisions. Assume that it is one division. This is one division, and this is the two divisions, and it is present at the half of the second division. So then it is 1.5. It is 1.5, and it is having at 50 milliseconds. 1.5 into 50 milliseconds. So that gives the time period. 1.5 divisions into, here it indicates at 50 milliseconds. So 1.5 into 50 milliseconds gives the time period of the waveform, and inverse of that one gives the frequency of the signal. Okay, so like this there are number of selection points will be there. So 50, 20, 10, 5, 2, 1. I think this is the 0.5, 1, 0.2. And similarly, we have these are in terms of milliseconds. These are in terms of milliseconds. And to measure in microseconds, we have 2, 1, 20, 10. To measure in microseconds. Okay. So if you place this so here we are discussing the different front panels controls of CRO. So here So here we have the number of control variable controls here. Okay, so with this volts per division we can measure the voltage. Okay, so this will provide the sensitivity of the upright signal. This will provide the sensitivity of the voltage sensitivity, and whereas this is the time divisions, times per division. So how many? So this time per division will be, so time per division will be provided. Okay, with this we can measure the time period or frequency of the applied signal. And here there is a adjustment for the position. So by varying the position of the signal from upper level to lower level. Suppose I want to display the signal at this position, so we can adjust the waveform. We can adjust the waveform at this horizontal position. Okay. Similarly, to adjust the horizontal position, the vertical position also we can have a position adjustment. So okay, and we can also have options, that is internal, external, and TV. Okay, so this is the internal and external and line connection. So you have a trigger sources, trigger connection sources are there. So here we have options, that is line, external, internal. Okay, so these are the triggering sources connections here. So by pressing this, so we will connect the internal, and by removing this, it will connect to the external. And also you have to connect the line signal. Okay, and auto and normal options are there. And here we have the input signal is whether it is AC or DC. Suppose we have to measure the DC voltage, we have to press this button, and it represents the DC signal. Okay, if we want to measure the AC signal, okay, this push button will be released, and by that we can connect the, we can use the AC, use the measure the AC signal. Okay, like that we can have provisions whether we are going to measure AC signal or DC signal. So that will be selected by this AC and DC signal. And here it is the with this we can obtain the signal at the middle of the CRT. At the middle of the CRT, we can adjust this button. Okay, we can place the waveform at the middle of this CRO screen, and we have, so here we have another option, that is locking option. So lock option. So with this lock option, we can freeze the signal. Suppose I want to fix the waveform on this screen. So by pressing this lock button, the screen the waveform will be observed as a constant. It is not move. So it will be fixed on the screen. When we will remove this, again the signal will be generated. Okay, and so this is another type of the oscilloscope. So here it is also having same provisions, but here previously it is only using single channel. So only input time division and volts per division. Okay, this is usually for only one signal. So whereas this CRO is used for using two channels. This is the channel 1 and channel 2. Channel 1 and channel 2. Okay. So we can connect the two signals. We can connect the two signals. So here we can connect the channel 1 and here we can connect the channel 2. Okay. So here there is an option, that is applied signal is AC or DC. So by removing this push button, okay, release, and that will shows the AC signal. If you press that one, the applied signal DC. So we can obtain the DC signal. And for the channel 1, we have a positions. Okay, we can adjust the position of the signal 1 which is applied to channel 1. Similarly, for signal 2 which is applying for channel 2, also we can change its position by using this position switch. Okay, so we can observe the two signals at a time. And here also we are studied. So there is alternate mode, chopping mode, and addition mode. Okay. Okay. Here we have selection of individual channels. So channel 1, channel 2, and both the channels. Okay. So by adjusting this knob, we can set the channel 1 and channel 2. So individual channels we can set. Suppose I want to identify the signal which is applied for channel 1. This button will be connects to the channel 1. We will adjust to the left side. Suppose we are applied a signal to the channel 2. So for that we can apply this switch button to the right side. And if you have to analyze the both the signals at a time, this switch is placed at the dual. So it will be access dual beam CRO. Okay, and other options. These are the vertical, volts per division. There are volts per division, and this is the volts per division, channel 1 and channel 2. Okay, and here we have on the this is the horizontal position. So horizontal position. These are the X1 and X10. Okay, these are the different positions we can multiply the value. Okay, so here also we have a provision that times per division. So depending upon the number of divisions, see here, we can observe this is one full division. This is one full division. Okay, and this the from here to here it is another division. So this is total 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 divisions, and in between we have a small subdivisions, that is 0.4, 0.2, 0.4, 0.6, 0.8, 1. Similarly, it will, if your signal is up to here, we can measure 1, 1.2, 1.4, 1.6, 1.8, like that we can measure. Okay, so like this we can measure the vertical voltage. Similarly, on the horizontal we can measure the time period. So this is one division, this is the second division, 2 divisions, up to here this is 3 divisions. Okay, so suppose we have to measure the time period of the signal, that is from here it is again 0.2, 0.4, 0.6, 0.8, 1, 1.2, 1.4, like that we have divisions. So depending upon the time period, we can measure this number of divisions, and that divisions will be multiplied with the value which is present here. So this circle is now it is presented at 0.2. So 0.2 into that particular number of divisions will give the time period. Similarly, the number of divisions on the vertical axis is multiplied with the volts per division select switch. So here this 0.2 into number of divisions. So that will give the amplitude. So we can measure the amplitude and time period. Once we measure the time period, from that we can obtain the frequency. Inverse of the time period gives the frequency. And here we have options that selection of the trigger circuits. So that is internal or line or external. Internal line or external. So like this, we have a number of controls on the front panel of the CRO. So this is the representation of the two waveforms on the CRO. One waveform is a triangular waveform and another waveform is a square waveform. One is triangular and another one is a sinusoidal waveform. Triangular and sinusoidal waveform. So here we have previous question papers for the electronic measurements instrumentation circuit, that is EMI. So this is regulations of R13. So we'll see what are the questions they are asked from CRO third unit. So explain the concept of trigger strip CRO along with circuit diagram, that we will cover. Okay, and from the part B, we have so explain the measurement procedure of Lissajous patterns with one example. So how the Lissajous patterns are generated and what is the measuring procedure. Okay, how we can connect the X and Y channels, that is vertical and horizontal channels, and from that how the waveforms will be generated, and from that by considering one Lissajous pattern, how we can measure the frequency, that will be explained, and explain the principle of working of storage oscilloscope. Okay, this is also explained. Okay, storage oscilloscope. And from the set number 2, this is the April-May 2017 question paper. So define deflection sensitivity of a CRT. Define deflection sensitivity of a CRT. Okay, so for a given divisions, how the waveform will be deviated, so that will give the deflection sensitivity. I will provide this material for this one. Okay, and explain the concept of storage oscilloscope along with the circuit diagram. This is also storage oscilloscope is very important, and also sampling oscilloscope. So storage and sampling oscilloscope, these are 8 marks questions, compulsory questions. We can expect any one. And the next one is so list out the different features of CRT in detail. So what are the main components which are present in the CRT? That is accelerating anodes, focusing anodes, so horizontal and the vertical deflection plates, and those to be, we have to give the list out only. So it is 3 marks only. And what are the main fast